Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Joe Davis from Southern New Hampshire University, CJ 202. Today we're going to talk about discussion 2-1. Rather quickly, we'll go through this just as a little reminder, a little guidance for you. Remember to break down the question. So this week's question has three parts to it. Make sure to review the Module 2 resources. Okay, that should be a hint where you're going to find the answers. Item number 2 is define the elements that should be considered when taking field notes at the scene of a report. So what are the elements? And we'll get to that in a second. And how are these elements significant? Okay, so there's the three things you need to do. One is straight out of the discussion, it's a hint, go to Module 2's resources. Then you're going to be looking for the elements considered when you do note taking. And then how are these elements significant? Okay, so when you get to the resources, review the three documents that are there. And of course, you're going to go to Learning Modules, Module 2, Module Resources, and you'll see three documents in a row. The first document is 5 uses of field notes. The second one is information to record in field notes. And the third is field note guidelines. Okay, that first one, the first document is basically about why we take field notes. Preserve knowledge, a foundation for formal written report, those sorts of things. Okay. The second is the information that we're actually going to collect. Day, date, time, location, type of places where it was committed, details of the offense, disposition, all those kinds of things. The third is about guidelines to follow, and that's more, excuse me, nuts and bolts about the note-taking process, although it does touch briefly on interviewing. Okay, so what I would suggest to you is that you think about what you want to write about. Okay, review your 4 sources of information so you have a good understanding of them. Remember, you're learning here. You're not just answering a question, and you're going to need this knowledge when you come back for the rest of your milestones. But also, this is stuff you should put to work tomorrow if you work in the system. And frankly, when I used to teach report writing to police officers, I used to tell them, if you're a parent, all this stuff applies. Okay, make sure you understand what the question's asking. It's asking about the elements of note taking. Okay, at least that's the way I read it. Okay, and then develop your answer in post. A reminder: 20% of your grade is writing mechanics, and this is a writing class. So pay attention to capitalization, grammar, punctuation, word usage, typos, spelling, syntax, paragraph development, all of those things, because you're going to give up 20% of your grade potentially there. All right, I hope that helps. Just a little quick guideline to walk you through it. If you have trouble, need information or help, let me know. Don't forget to use the general questions in the discussion board. And please keep those cards and letters coming.